Well, folks, we got stuff happening here. I'm Paul Nyhart alongside Nick Aragon for this week's episode of Nic and Nyhart Show. That's right.
I just get a text from my brother that I'm going to read out loud.
Sure, please do.
It's totally out of context, but I cannot make sense of it.
Which is the theme of this show.
Yes. Yep. Fucker better show up with a clean, in quotes, pistol and my 24V door panic hardware operator I designed for him to build, or he can go fuck himself.
Okay. And this is regarding your
I don't
cable
know.
guy, or
I have no clue.
you have no idea?
But
well,
that
stay
was my
tuned for
brother
next
to
week's
somebody.
show.
Yeah. That was mine.
Let's get right into the top stories now that we've gotten off to a warm start. First off, one of the themes of the show is that Nick, before every episode or during every episode, has the chance to unlock an achievement. This week's achievement for Nick to unlock, we're putting right down here. Nick has no idea what it is. He has no idea what it is, but this is what Nick...
I didn't see it.
This is what Nick has to achieve this week, and I believe we have a very special prize, which I can't divulge. But let's get right into it. It was a busy week, Nick. A waitress was fired for not wearing a skimpy skirt in a restaurant. A little backstory. Apparently at this establishment, the owner also makes the woman stand over a fan while doing the checkouts.
I think the moral of this story is if you deal with hot chicks in any sort of capacity,
Sure.
then you are setting yourself up for a sexual harassment lawsuit, no matter what you want them to wear.
But she was there for 3 years, and then they changed the uniforms on her, and she's like, I'm not wearing this all of a sudden. And then they started cutting her shifts, which is what restaurants fucking do.
I would like her to know.
If this girl's, yes, please.
I would like her to know that I will also date you along with the other girl, but not at the same time.
Which is a fancy way of saying follow us on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter.
That's right.
And then we can go out.
Unfortunately, Nick, we have to move on here. Yeah. Next, the real hot topic is the Fast and Furious gun scandal, and I hate calling it that. For those of you who don't know what it is, the federal government gave guns to Mexican drug cartels trying to track them. The guns ended up killing a federal officer, and they dubbed it the Fast and Furious gun
Reminds
program.
me of Sons of Anarchy.
Well, sure, it reminds you of Sons of Anarchy.
Storyline.
But it reminds you of every single government fuck-up ever, which is probably why they couldn't call it that, because it would be too confusing and ambiguous.
No, that's almost literally the Sons of Anarchy storyline for season 4.
Well, that's probably where they got the idea.
The government is taking ideas from art. It's like life imitating art. Like,
it's stealing
maybe we
ideas.
can get the cartel to be on our side. And
next, it's going to be Mad Men.
First off, fuck that shit for getting involved with that illegal shit to begin with. Like, dude, it should not ever publicly come out. Like, it's known that we have to do bad shit in order to keep track of shit.
Amen.
But for that to even just come out that the government's working with this, and then, oh my God, it killed a dude.
Well, here's the whole kicker with it that brings it all together. The Attorney General, who
This should be like an outrage.
Nick, I'm talking.
This should be like a crazy outrage.
Well, we'll get to there. We're building up to that, all right? Where the Attorney General is apparently hiding that, to your point, is saying, like, listen, we got to do some nasty shit. You don't want to know about it. And now Congress is going after the guy. Congress is saying this asshole didn't do his job, which is like, again, the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Like, they've got the balls to say this guy needs to reveal the documents and say, you know, like, you're not doing your job.
Okay.
Well, meanwhile, they are doing literally nothing.
Let's have some transparency on your shit.
Talk about Fast and the Furious. Congress is just fucking furious.
Your shit may not be like some cartel shit, but I'm sure you got some fucking intern sucking your cock, some page dude who's fucking licking the bottom of your tank.
Yeah.
And he's on payroll making like $70 grand a year.
Here's what it is. It's like sports. It's distraction, but it's like a sport. The media turns it into these two sides, Republicans versus Democrats fight, and they have these anchors on there that are like referees in wrestling matches. They act like they're trying to control things, but at the end of the day, they're like whispering into the mouths of how to fight more. But at the end of the day, it's bullshit. And it really bugs me. I have no problem. These guys are sitting here. Those guys aren't interested in telling the truth or making things better. They're interested in stirring up more shit for the show. That's all I've got to say about that. We've got to move on, Nick.
Well, you wonder why I drink, Brett.
Yeah. The USDA, everybody's all in a hullabaloo because the USDA is encouraging people to get on food stamps, which I think is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. That's right.
There's an underlying thing here where that shit is eligible at those places to fatten people up, give people health problems, which in turn puts them on medical benefits that in turn supply the drug cartel that is the government, which is not weed, not coke, not meth, not whatever.
It's distraction.
It's their prescription drugs.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to sound like some fucking bullshit AM radio, like nonsense.
We're already there.
Yeah, apparently we're getting there. But like that's what everything's about. It's all a fucking drug cartel.
That's right.
To make people unhealthy, which will keep doctors paid, which in turn is
It's buying
insurance,
votes.
which keeps the fucking insurance companies and the medical companies paid, and it just turns into this fucking giant nightmare. And it's just sad that like everybody doesn't do their part to like help that shit out.
The overall theme here is that people helping people will go 10 times further than any government program that encourages people to be hooked more on the government. And that's what really pisses me off.
People don't help people.
Yeah, and I think it's because people figure the government will do it. And it's because they hear radio ads, think, it's a bad thing.
Well, I just hope everybody gets the help that they can get, because no matter what, it's coming out of our tax dollars.
Yeah.
So fucking get that shit. Go do it. Take advantage of that shit. I mean, motherfucking ODB was on all of that welfare.
For those that aren't hip to the square, ODB is
old dirty bastard.
Yo, you better give me that money.
Sure.
He was laughing about how he was getting welfare and food stamps while he was cashing $1 million checks.
Yeah.
As part of the Wu-Tang
It's a
Clan.
flawed system. Well, we have to move on. I can say it's our pleasure to move on. We over at the Nic and Nyhart show, we're introducing a special segment where we bring on a guest. Without any further ado, though, folks, let's bring on Joe Dobbyn, who is new to LA. Jeff, can we get him in here?
Is he new to LA?
He's new to LA.
Welcome to the nightmare, my friend.
Make stuff happen here.
That's his chair. He's like 9 feet
so
tall.
let's make this. We're gonna do this here. All right.
Here we go.
There we are. So you're a union, so he's got to take care of this.
Oh, fuck.
Let's bring on Joe.
Shit,
here.
I'm gonna get sued, huh?
We're all right. Here we go, Joe. Right here. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Welcome to the
yeah,
program.
hey, thanks, guys.
I guess we
Alright.
gotta adjust our cameras.
No,
Fuck.
we're okay, right?
Am I good? Am I still in the shot? Are you trying to get rid of
It's
me?
like a bee in a honeycomb here. All right. Well, one of the traditions of when we have guests, and I say traditions because this is our first episode. Oh! What?
I just saw that. What the fuck?
Achievement unlocked!
Are you serious?
Oh! Who would have thought? I honestly thought we'd go the whole episode without him seeing it. This is great. You just want a case of bottled water that we can give you after the show. As I was saying, part of the tradition is that new guests bring something to add to our collection here of Korean chocolates, acting books, and cliffhanger. Did you happen to bring something?
Oh, I got a doozy for you.
Okay.
Hold on. All right. Well, it's in
Packing
my
heat.
pocket
That text
somewhere.
message is suddenly making sense.
Here you guys go.
Oh, okay. That's
now, this
cute.
is some kind of monkey that jumps around. He does backflips. You don't even have
that's
to
neat.
pay him or anything.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, well, then we're all for that.
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
Set him up right here.
Yeah. All right, let's see him go. Let's
what
see if
he's
he can
got
do
here.
it.
Jeff, can we move and see what this is all about? Oh, wow!
Oh, he did first
Look at
try,
this.
man.
This is all
I'm telling
free.
you, yeah.
This is high quality.
Oh,
You know what this is? This is
there it goes.
Oh,
Oh, man, story of my
botched.
life, you know.
Achievement unlocked.
He botched.
Oh, this is great. Well, thank you so much for the gift. here,
Yeah,
Joe.
you're so welcome.
Joe, so as I was saying as I introduced you, you're new to LA.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about that. You're in the 4-month mark, 5-month mark?
Oh man, 4 or 5 month mark. Yeah, it's been tough. I'll tell
How
you
does it
guys.
feel? 2 months?
It feels great. I love it out
Yeah.
here. The sunshine, everything's great.
You pulled any hose?
Yeah. Oh man, I do. I pull hose.
Sure.
You know, yeah. I do
Now,
my
for a
best.
guy that's new to LA, where do you go to find ladies other than the bars that have waitresses?
Please
that
tell
don't wear
me.
any clothes?
Oh
Please
man,
tell
see,
me.
I beg the guys that I met off Craigslist that I now live with to
Oh.
introduce me to friends. You know
Craigslist,
what I
let's
mean?
see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's a lady killer. I'll tell you.
So you take these girls out, you take them to buffets, all you can eat, you
Right,
take them
right.
to Quickie Marts, wherever.
Definitely do not take them to Dodger games or to Cirque du Soleil, because then
is-
they will
why
never
is
talk
that?
to you again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard Dodger games is the worst place to go in LA.
have to-
Yeah, apparently,
What-
if you take girls there, they won't ever talk to you again.
Well, a little backstory here. A girl,
No,
the
no backstory.
the last girl Nick took to a Dodger game got hit by a foul ball in the face.
I wish,
that's-
because then I would have had that foul ball.
Yeah, well, you say that until that 400-pound guy
No,
comes in
I'm
and takes her
serious.
down like a
I
gorilla.
wish it. Oh, that would have been awesome if it hit her in the face.
Now, Circus du Soleil, what
That'd have been-
inspired you to take a girl to Circus du Soleil? You're like, what's the gayest thing I can do?
Yeah, what is
Circus
that?
du Soleil.
Really?
I'm
Really?
asking.
Dude, they had the horses and all that shit.
No, they
It was
don't have
VIP
animals, do
tickets.
they have horses?
No, they did one in
don't.
Burbank, and it was awesome, and it cost me about like $400-something.
Mm-hmm.
And
You cost you $400?
yeah, it's like
To take a
$400
girl to Circus du Soleil?
Yeah.
What date was this?
It wasn't actually called a date, but unless we want to turn this into a therapy session,
$400 and it wasn't called a date.
I had fun.
We're moving on.
There you go.
We're moving on. We've got Joe Dobbyn here. I mean, it's not every day of the week we get that. What is the worst advice you've received since you've been out here, or prior to coming to Los Angeles? We say LA, which really is Los Angeles.
No, worst advice. Let's see. Maybe have another martini. I'd already had 5, dirty martinis. They had a lot of olives in them.
So, and then what happened? You ended up nailing a 6?
Yeah, I did. Well, more of an 8.
An
you
8?
know how I go. Yeah. But here's
what bad advice do we offer there?
It sounds like this guy only has good advice.
Yeah, it's like
no.
You're impermeable.
The worst
depending on
advice,
you guys.
the worst advice that he got was he got to nail an 8.
Yeah.
No.
Here's
a Virginia 8. A Virginia 8. That's different than a Hollywood 8.
So explain a Virginia 8 to me. That sounds like
it's a Hollywood 6.5.
A Hollywood 6.5. Holy shit!
I know, which is
I'm
pretty
having
good.
trouble keeping up with JD here.
Oh man.
So a Hollywood 6.5. So then you've got like a Virginia 7. That's a Hollywood 5 3/4.
Right.
Which is like a librarian crossed with a barista.
Oh hey, yeah. All right.
This episode is going to be like 20 minutes long. I realize.
Yeah, we're fine. Come on, fire in the hole. Joe, you ever met a professional wrestler before?
Have you?
No, you. I mean, you wrestled.
He's retired. He doesn't count.
Okay.
Well,
Have you ever been to a professional wrestling match?
No, but I've been greased up before.
You've been greased up?
Yeah.
When you say you've been greased up for...
Yeah, why were you greased up?
You were one of those Virginia 8s.
Exactly.
You were the Virginia 8.
There were all sorts of things over there. I'll tell you.
So this is going to lead back to our worst advice. Okay, so you were greased up.
Yeah.
I think it was a pig thing.
It was a pig. There was a
pigs
senior
involved.
prank. Joe, your favorite person you've met in LA so far?
Oh, yeah. I met Black Batman. He was riding the bus.
All right.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's not every day, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Black Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, well, no, I mean...
There's a big difference between white Bruce Wayne and black Bruce Wayne.
That's a secret identity that'll never be uncovered. That guy's totally safe. Yeah, you're a billionaire, right?
No, he's fine.
You can tell by the Dockers.
Yeah. We have a flood of people now just driving to LA just to see this guy. Bus passes are now through the roof.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, what a pleasure. Thanks for coming
you
in.
guys.
We know
Thank
you got to go do the thing.
Very busy. Very busy.
So, all right.
How is this?
Here we go. Don't tear an ACL coming out here. You sign the waiver. We got to wrap things up here. Last week we had predictions. I predicted Miley Ray Cyrus would get a DUI.
And I predicted that the A's would sweep the Giants, and that did not happen. So congratulations, fucking Giants. Fuck you.
Neither of which happened. This week I'm predicting that a couple parents will leave their child accidentally at a gas station and not care. That's right.
Yeah, that's my prediction for WWE continuing to fail on storylines. And I know it won't be next week's prediction, but I predict that we will not be surprised in 2.5 weeks when John Cena wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's my prediction.
Oh boy. Well, that's all we've got time for this week, folks. We'll see if the predictions come true again. I'm Paul Nyhart. He's Nick Aragon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week on the Nic and Nyhart Show. Boom!